Grace, welcome in. Are you guys ready for this? Dude, this is fucking weird. Alright? I apologize for the language. But, one, Schnoods and Riv, you cannot grind these with your teeth. No, you cannot grind these with your teeth. First of all, I want to show you these grounds. Alright? So we don't have beans because they have to be ground. It's the weirdest coffee I've ever seen. Yes, it's under roasted. They only cook these up to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I assume it's Fahrenheit. It might be Celsius, but just because you physically cannot grind these with your grinders because of them being based off of the smell. I'm not looking forward to it too much either. But because of how under roasted they are, they're very hard, and so they have to send it to you already ground. That way you do not destroy your grinder when you are grinding these. The coffee itself is very, very clear. I don't know if the brown tint is Poverty Bay coffee. This might be in poor taste. Ooh. Yeah. No, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. It didn't even hit. Yeah. No. I understand. This is not up my alley at all. However, I am very excited to try it. Just because it's different. I've never even heard of this. You know what I mean? I've never even heard of white coffee. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. And that's what I'm getting as well, MQT guy, based off of the smells and everything from the tears that we've drank before. It tastes like coffee and gives you more caffeine. It does claim to have 50% more caffeine than fully roasted beans. So we'll see how it goes. You guys are monsters. Yes, we have Furfurus. We have indeed. It's a bold claim. It is a little bit more coarsely grounded than what would probably be ideal for the way our preparation is. So it might be difficult to get the flavor notes. That, and with my sinuses being all plugged up, it's probably really going to be hard for me to pull out the different flavor notes and everything. You can't. Oh man, the chat. But so we will try either way. The smells of it all, I'm getting a lot of. It reminds me a lot of the I can't believe it's not coffee tea that we did. These are pretty good beans. I'm very interested in trying it. Like I said, this is something I've never heard of before. I've never even come close to experience anything like this, and that's what this roast rate is all about. In general, in all reality, is getting us away from our basic Maxwell house. You know what I mean? The stuff that I drink every day, whether it be at work or at home. And he's a coffee snob. Yeah, but how did you prepare it though, Grace? That's my concern. That's my concern, is my preparation method. Oh, always. Like, even with the dill coffee, like, we knew that was going to be terrible. The cheese coffee was terrible. The mud water was terrible. So the only preparation the only preparation methods that I have are drip pot, unfortunately. So I know that I'm not going to get all of the flavor notes. This isn't how this coffee is supposed to be prepared. So while I do apologize for that, exactly. I'm not going to get all the flavors and stuff as I would normally. I'd also be interested to know if how much the brown color is simply from how much my... so for first, the thing with me is... And I mean, we have done like 60 of these. I could probably spend to get, a French press or something like that. It's just it's for me it's It's the idea of, would I use it? That's always been the hardest part for me, is getting to the point where it's like, would I use it? Would I just be wasting money? I have a very hard time buying things for myself. And granted, buying things for stream makes it a lot easier. But definitely, it's definitely something I want to look forward to. Not look forward to into the future, but it's something I want to push for in the future. But a big shout out to Traditional Grace, who spent 10,000 channel points for us to redeem 10,000 channel points for us to drink this coffee. Grace, I believe you have waited long enough. And thank you so much.
Traditional
That's
Grace
why we buy it
cheered.
for you.
X100.
You're the best.
That's why we buy it for you.
I get it. I understand. But bottoms up. Cheers. That's not bad. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. Huh. That's weird. Okay, so yeah, no. That's it's interesting. It's the subtle nuttiness, and then it finishes sweet. It's weird. It's not. There's absolutely zero bitterness at all. No, when I was smelling the beans and smelling the coffee, I was just like, oh no. I would definitely love to try this in another preparation method. No, none, zero, zip, zilch, nada. If it's you get a little, like the flavors aren't really there for me. I can get it, but it's not like heavy on my tongue. And again, hey Jordan Sanity, welcome in. But yeah, for sure, I can see that as well. The hints, like, so we understand that the darker the roast that we do, so when we have our like dark roast Indonesias or our dark roast, but when we have the darker roast, usually they are more bitter, which it would make sense that the lighter roasts are less bitter, which would make sense that a white roast that has barely been developed wouldn't be acidic at all, or not acidic, but bitter at all. Bitter, acidic. What caffeine level is this? It's allegedly has 50% more caffeine than your normal cup of coffee. I'm not entirely sure because I don't have any of it on the box or in the bag. But the Guatemalan send you for next week will have some bitterness. Oh, dude, give it to me. You know we're a sucker for dark roast MQT guy, for sure. But it's so you've got a little bit of the nuttiness at the beginning, and it fades into that sweet very smoothly, with and the sweetness stays on the tongue for a little while. But see, now that's interesting for first. That's the claim, because the way you remove the caffeine off the beans is through the washing process. But like I said, I would be very interested. Yeah, that's a bold claim at all. I wouldn't imagine that the roasting has much to do with the caffeine, because from my understanding through talking with Brian and MQT guy, Brian at Fat Beans Coffee Lab and MQT guy, that the decaffeination process comes through the washing. No, I get it. I understand. I wasn't saying one way or another. I understand it's a quick Google search. But that's what my understanding is when the decaffeination of coffee beans happens. But But yeah, honestly, Grace, I'm probably going to give it a 5. Just because I could see myself drinking this in replication, or not replication, but in placement of the coffee that I drink every day. Oh yeah, of course, yes. Up to is always a wide variety of. We do it out of 10. So the way that our rating system goes is like 5 is what I would keep my normal, my everyday, my everyday cup of coffee, and then we scale it based off of up and down, based off of how much I would like or not like um, towards my everyday coffee. That's the way the rating system goes. I believe we've had 4 10s on the channel so far. But it was a very pleasant surprise. The sweet finish is something that I wasn't necessarily expecting. I know it says nutty and sweet, and again, with my nasals being congested, or with me being congested, my flavor my sense of taste isn't that great. But it definitely tastes like watery, you know, watery coffee. You can definitely tell the differentiation between this and our regular coffee, not only by the looks but by the smell, by the taste. It's interesting to think of it being, up to 50% more caffeine than fully roasted coffees. We'll definitely see how it goes. The La Croix of coffees. I don't know. Could you hold up to the camera a little better? Sure thing. You can see my wonderful mug that Miss Pan got us. She was mad that I didn't have anything pink, so she fixed it. But I also think this might have something to do with how... it's La Croix. Speaking of Pan, right? But I also think I'd be interested to see how much... well, I think that might be from my coffee pot, too, though. Like, the residual... you got to understand how much coffee I drink, Ron. I drink a lot of coffee. That bad boy gets a lot of use. And you got to think it can be yellow or wheat. Oh, okay. All right. So it might not just be my pot. But I'm going to give it 5. It's like Hawaii. Oh, like the fancy-ass coffees and everything. Not the fancy-ass coffee. So La Croix is supposed to be the La Croix of coffee. It's supposed to be like high-end. We've had that, the Kauai. The Kauai. Let's see here. Yeah, if you guys are interested. Oh, sorry. We're going to move you back over here. But we have a full list of all of our roast rates. We will share screen. Screen capture. A full rate. Our full list of all of our roast rates that we have done with their ratings and links to all of the YouTube videos and the sites that I purchased them from. But our 5 dimes that we've had a Sumatra, Honduras, Mexico, Holler Mountain, which was a blend, and another Honduras bean. But violent storm of liquid carbonation that whispers the name of a fruit. But we've done, this is number 59, I think, if I remember correctly. But the entire list right there for all of your roast rate needs, if any of you wish to look and see. But thank you so much. That is your roast rate for today. Grace, as always, darling. When you drink orange juice and then refill the same cup with tap water, but bubbles. Folgers got a 7. It did. I enjoyed it more than. But that was also before I really got my rating system down. MQT guy. What are the 10 out of 10s? So the 10 out of 10s is a Sumatra wet processed Baroka Bersama. Yeah, no, for sure. In all reality, if I would look back on it and re-rate it, I probably would have just given it a 5, but maybe a 6. Oh, Chesh, of course you're in here. But after the Sumatra, there was a Honduras La Paz, Mexico Chiapas, Holler Mountain, which was Stumptown Coffee, which I believe was Loops. It might have been Hot Pud. If Folger's in the cup, I don't want to wake up. And then Honduras San Vincent Comunidad Canabas, which was an MQT guy bean. That was so good. But if any of you guys are interested and want to see any of those, we do have our Discord where all of the ratings are available. And then we have our roast rates. I think it's roast rate. No. Roast rates? Oh well. But if you jump in the Discord, there's a channel there that have all of the coffee ratings, all of the videos for those ratings, and you can watch away at your convenience. Look, I don't need to know my own commands. It's fine. But thank you for watching the roast rate.